Today, I'm taking over Tottenham Hotspur for the next 10 seasons. This club has spent a huge amount this summer, including 100 million on Sandro Tonali and 85 million on Matheus Fernandes. But not only them, they've also signed Sevilla from Man City, and Marmoush is joining in the incoming days. It seems like Spurs are building a super team. However, on the opening day of the Premier League season, they got destroyed 3-0 by Brentford. So are Tottenham seriously gonna be in another relegation battle? So over the next 10 seasons, I have to do the impossible. Turn Spurs into the best team in England, win multiple Premier League titles, and finally win their first Champions League and make them the world's best team. And to make Tottenham the world's best team, we need to complete some challenges like winning 17 trophies. Well, last season they finished in 17th place, so why not redeem them with 17 accolades? The next one is also pretty obvious: win Tottenham their first ever Champions League. If you somehow didn't know, a couple years ago they were in a UCL final, but just lost to Liverpool. And the next challenge is to actually win 4 Premier League titles, because like I said, I want them to dominate England. A little fun fact is Tottenham actually have 2 English League titles, but 0 of them are Premier Leagues, so that's why I want to win 4. But here come the challenging ones. The next one is to make 5 perfect 100 mil signings. Well, we know Tottenham have been spending a lot of money these past couple seasons, and in order for 100 mil signing to become perfect, they must win the Premier League. The second to last challenge is have a duo of players get 50 goal contributions in a single season. If you didn't know, Kane and Heung-min Son actually have the record, as they combine for a total of 47 goal contributions. That is insane. And finally, my favorite challenge of them all is to recreate Tottenham's best ever front 3, and no, they didn't play together: Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, and Gareth Bale. So yes, that means we need an English striker, a Welsh right winger, any Asian left winger, and we can find them through the academy or just signing them, and they have to win the Champions League together. So this is the Spurs lineup that faced Brentford at the weekend, and the one I'm taking over. And remember, we're starting in the brand new season, as we have brand new kits and new signings like Sandro Tonali and of course Matheus Fernandes. However, Brazilian Savio and Marmoush have not arrived at the club. But don't worry, since they've been confirmed, Savio joins Tottenham Hotspur for 85 million, and Omar Marmoush is joining on loan with an option to buy for 50 million. So I guess we'll see if I bring him in at the end of the year. So Savio and Marmoush instantly improve the team, but I actually do not want to play this formation, because eventually we have to recreate Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, and Gareth Bale. Of course, I'm going to the obvious formation of the 4-3-3 attack. However, I forgot to mention this video is going to be realistic, so we have a couple of injuries. Mickey van de Ven will be back for majority of the season, same with the likes of Pedro Porro and Kulusevski. But the huge injuries are Wilson Odobert, who missed half the season, and Javi Simmons is out for majority of the season, so that's why our lineup looks weaker. So realistically, without the injuries, this is our current best lineup, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Kinski. Robertson is going to go down to like a 77 this year, and while Matthias Tell isn't the highest rated, we definitely need to make those signings. And we have 150 million left to spend, so why don't we hijack that deal for Bradley Barcola from Liverpool? But wait a minute, it's not gonna be that easy, because we have our first unexpected event. We'll have one every season that will strongly affect our journey to winning the Champions League, and this event is Enough is Enough. Welcome to the club, Mr. Salinas. Unfortunately, we have made too many signings this season, so in your first season you will only be allowed to bring in 1 player and prove to us we can trust you, so choose wisely. And boys, I'm so upset because the left wing has issues. Even the center mid department could use another player. I would have loved a brand new left back and a backup to Pedro Porro as well, and obviously a starting keeper. So many problems with this team. This is why they were fighting relegation last year. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and take a look at all these players and make the most out of every single one. And I'm gonna be honest, I might not even sell anyone to give everyone a chance to prove themselves. Okay, I'm gonna change a couple of player positions. The first, Archie Gray, I'm sorry, but you're going to the right back spot. We're moving James Maddison back to a center attacking mid. The same will be said about Kulusevski. Omar Marmoush, of course, hasn't changed to a striker, so we're gonna change him there. And Savinho, I know he was signed for the right hand side, but we have Mohamed Kudus, so I'm actually gonna turn Savinho to play off the left and be more of a playmaker. But regardless, I still put some players on the transfer list, as their time is over here at Tottenham, and a lot of players out here on loan. But someone you will notice is Mikey Moore. He's typically a winger. I made him into an attacking mid. Like I've mentioned multiple times, we're creating the next Bale, Kane, and Son, so in the future he's not gonna be in the front line, and I want him to train as a number 10. But speaking of that front 3 challenge, somebody who can be the next Heung-min Son is Yang Min Hyuk. However, I did mention that left wing could be any Asian country, so the likes of Mitoma or Takefusa Kubo could be future option. And that Harry Kane option could have gone to Dominic Solanke, but honestly, I don't believe he's gonna be the one to help us win the Champions League. I did mention we can use the academy, but I don't want to use it for every player. I'm actually gonna try and find the next Gareth Bale here through the academy. So of course, we're going for that right winger role, and we're gonna go for either a touchline winger or an inside forward because those were Gareth Bale's roles in his career. But now with all the position changes, I have to pick one position to sign here. Of course, Savinho will now be on the left-hand side. Kudus on the right. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. I think I have to pick the goalkeeper. I believe in Kinski, but in FIFA, he's just not good enough. And the first option is actually Mike Maignan, who's been linked to the club. Even though Spurs are a top 6 club, I don't think Maignan would take the step down to a team with no Europe. However, I have some big options here like Emiliano Martinez, Antolai Trubin, Barbara Brungen, and Dean Henderson. Remember, Tottenham or a big 6 club, so they actually have some pull. And I've decided to go young, so for 40 million, we're bringing in Ukrainian keeper Trubin, because that also gives Kinski the opportunity to prove himself and try to become the number 1. So Antolai Trubin is the brand new number 1, and this is the final side. Unfortunately, no more signings can be made. However, I forgot to mention that in the 50-goal contribution season, it has to be our striker and our left winger. So it's up to Marmoush and Savinho to get that done. And to help them out, of course, Marmoush will be taking penalties. And I'm also actually giving him free kicks because he has dead ball. And for the tactics, as of right now, I'm actually going to make Savinho a wide playmaker role. Maybe he can get more assists and create for Marmoush. And just a heads up, these are the players we've sold and the clubs they've gone. And Marmoush is our top goal scorer with 23 goals, not bad. 13 for Matthias Tell, 9 and 7 for Kulusevski. But with Savinho's goal, that is only 31 goal contributions. So Marmoush and Savinho do not complete the challenge yet. While the rest of the side does not look too bad. Conor Gallagher with 16 assists, pretty incredible. And some of the squad growth looks great. Marmoush with an 83 overall, 83 for Mohamed Kudus, 84 for Savinho, 86 Kulusevski. Boys, I think Fernandes was out for the whole season. 78, he went up -1 down. He never even went up. This is bad for him. Tonali 87, we'll be back in a couple days, and the back line looks good, other than that left back spot. And boys, we somehow finished in the top 4 in our first season. That is huge. We're back in the Champions League, as the FA Cup is won by City, and they also win the Carabao. No trophies for Tottenham Hotspur. And boys, Marmoush was so close to the golden boot. I think we need to sign him. But boys, let's look at everyone's stats. I want to see who I'm getting rid of. Anton Kinski didn't play a single game, so next season, we're going to sell him out on loan for sure. Both of our left backs did look good. Our center backs did not play too bad. Mateus Fernandes only played 7 games. I can't lie. I'm going to have to loan him out. He needs to gain his potential back. Same with Javi Simmons. He's now at 80 overall. I think he needs a loan if he ever wants to come back as a Tottenham player. And I think I found the next Gareth Bale, and that is Mark Powell. 62 overall, 17 years old. Let's call him up to the first team. But of course, we still need to find the next Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. And now that we can make more than one signing, we can maybe get 1 or 2 of the 100 mil signing. And to kick off the new season, we of course have exercised the clause from our moves to be Tottenham player. Our striker position as of right now is very safe. And the transfer list has also gotten bigger because some players came back from loan, like Guillermo Vicario. We're getting rid of him. But interestingly, James Maddison wants to be transferred as well. He's gone from the club. And I originally was gonna loan out Mikey Moore, but maybe he should stay, be the backup. And maybe in a season or 2, he can take over Kulusevski's spot. So James Maddison will be going to Fenerbahce. Mateus Fernandes, I believe in you. You have a future. Go fix yourselves on loan. And Vicario will be sold to Brighton. And interestingly, Javi Simmons is going on loan to City. I also believe in Simmons to be a future player of this club. And finally, the next Gareth Bale is going out on loan to Spain. So this is what our squad looks like after the sales and loans. And I think first I want to tackle a $100 million signing. We're back in the Champions League, remember? And I'm thinking about that center mid spot next to Tonali. So I do have a couple options. The likes of Alexis McAllister, Nicolo Barella, Frankie de Jong, Felix Dementia. The problem is, none of them are worth 100 million. However, this man, Arda Güler, could be. Realistically, Güler in Real Madrid would want to stay there, but he's playing out of position. Is it possible to convince the Turkish superstar to move to Madrid? We're gonna offer 100 million, and it's going to be accepted. So with the offer accept, the question is this a realistic transfer? And unfortunately, I don't think it is. So for 60 million instead, or 70, I forgot, we are bringing in Felix Dementia. If I want to make some superstar signings, even if they're benched like that, I have to at least win a Premier League title, man. So Dementia is our brand new center midfielder. And realistically, if I want a 100 million transfer this year, it might have to be in this attacking spots or a center back. Let's go look at our options. So there's a total of 4 options. The first one is Bradley Barcola. Yes, he's playing for a super team, but he wants to leave. So him joining Tottenham could be a realistic thing. Nico Schlotterbeck is playing for Dortmund. We just signed Dementia, and he's around 100 mil. And now Josko Gvardio and Bastoni are 2 players who want to leave their clubs as well. These could be considered realistic as well. But you know what? We're back in the Champions League. Before Liverpool get him, we're gonna overpay a bit because it needs to be 100 mil. Bradley Barcola, are they gonna say yes? They want 100.2. Wow, okay, Ferris. So there we go for 100 million. Bradley Barcola is a new Tottenham player. Now this one's a bit tricky because he's helping us with one of our challenges if he could win the Premier League with us. But eventually he's gonna be replaced for Heung-min Son's replacement. So he needs to win one as soon as possible. And yes, I said Heung-min Son because Barcola's playing on the left, which means Savinho is moving back to his original right-hand side. But now it's up to Marmoush and Barcola to get the 50 goal contribution as soon as as possible. And taking a look at this side, we still have around 90 million left. I think a brand new starting center back, Van Heck, hasn't grown to the player I want him to be yet. And I think Eder Militao is the perfect transfer. Very injury prone. Madrid only value him around 30 million. This is an exceptional signing. So for 35 million, the Real Madrid center back is joining. He is injury prone. So this is our brand new starting 11. It looks sensational and ready for the Champions League. But it's time for our unexpected event. It came after the transfers this time around. The event is Stepping Stone. And it's Sandro Tonali saying, hey boss, I wanted to let you know a couple of the boys and I have talked, and we all see this club as a stepping stone club. And if you prove us otherwise by helping us win a trophy this season, we will be leaving the club at the start of the year. And if you guys have enjoyed this video so far, make sure to subscribe and let me know down below who I should do next. And yes, boys, I was expecting something like this. Someone like Sandro Tonali, Kulusevski, who's gotten a lot better, even new signing Truppen and Mickey van de Ven will eventually feel too big for the club if we're not winning silverware. But I'm hoping these backups, Mikey Moore in his new position, but even the future help of Matheus Fernandes and Javi Simmons, we can win all of the 17 trophies. But let's focus on one this season. And it's another 20-goal season for Marmoush, 17-1 for Savinho, 16-3 for Barcola. And if you add it up, it's 36 goals and 4 assists. That's 40 goal contributions between them, almost getting the 50 in a season. Maybe next year. 12-1 for Matthias Teld, 11-13 for Kulusevski, 8-10 for Tonali. These are numbers that could have won a trophy. Marmoush goes up to an 84. Savinho gets his Eno back. Barcola didn't grow, however. Kulusevski 88, Dementia 87, so is Tonali. And the backline is incredible. We have to have won a trophy. And no, we were actually fighting for the Prem title. Missed out by 4 points. And we failed to win the FA Cup. Please, if we didn't win the Carabao Cup, some players will be leaving. And no, City win it again. We're gonna lose some of our players. And Marmoush was the only one to make the team of the season. What if he's one of the players that leaves? And Matheus Fernandes has gone up a +3. I don't think Yang Mi-hyuk is gonna be the song replacement. 74 after 2 seasons. We're gonna have to find someone else. Javi Simmons a +3 and a +11 for Mark Powell. The next Gareth Bale will be starting very soon, as we are still yet to complete any of the challenges. No progress either. And the players set to leave are Sandro Tonali, Pedro Porro, Dejan Kulusevski. No, we literally just signed Truppen, Mickey van de Ven, and Wilson Odegaard actually did not get enough play time, so he wants to leave as well. We're losing some of the best players in this team. So Odegaard will be going to Liverpool, Van de Ven will be going to direct rivals Chelsea, Kulusevski will be going to Napoli, Pedro Porro will be going to Inter, Antelai Truppen is going to PSG, and finally Sandro Tonali will be going to rivals Man City. So this is what our starting 11 is looking at. I'm very pleased with some of the players we've gotten to keep. Someone like Simmons is back in the squad. We could change him to that cam, but I think he'll be a great backup to Barcola. Kudus, of course, is here. Bergvall is now the backup to Sar and Dementia. And we still have Conor Gallagher, so center mid, we're chilling. So for the first signing here, I want to go ahead and sign a brand new attacking mid. Somebody to start, maybe someone worth 100 mil. Mikey Moore is still not ready. And boys, I really want to bring in Arda Güler. He'd really help the future front three of Bale, Son, and Harry Kane. Well, they're regens, of course, but we haven't won a Premier League title. So the next best is Kenan Yildiz. Juventus are not a super team anymore. He should be able to be convinced, but he's going to be worth a lot of money. I'm going to offer 140 million. They want 165. Let's meet in the middle, 150, because we don't want him to be the most expensive transfer in Premier League history. There we go. So for 150 million, Kenan Yildiz is now a Tottenham player, which means he is now eligible to become a perfect signing if he helps us win a Premier League. So there we go. Kenan Yildiz is the new number 10. I know you're worried about Mikey Moore's future, but we don't know if Yildiz will eventually leave, or we can just change the formation. He will find his spot in this team. Archie Gray is our starting right back, and I actually want to give him a go, but let's sign a backup, because Souza is going to be the backup left back. And I think the perfect option is Ivan Fresnada. He's literally Pedro Porro's regen in case Archie Gray doesn't work. So for only 30 million, very cheap, we have a great backup in Fresnada for Archie Gray. So now as he sits on the bench, guys, we definitely need a goalkeeper. We have Dubravka. That's not going to work out. And now that we're back in the Champions League, I would love to sign Diego Costa. Very affordable as well. However, it's time for our next unexpected event. And the unexpected event is for our nation. Hello, Mr. Salinas. Great work so far. And we heard you need a keeper. The English national team have reached out and asked every Prem club to have an English keeper for the future replacement of Pickford. And we believe we have to do what it takes for our country, so sign an English goalkeeper to start. And well, there isn't many options. Just Aaron Ramsdale, Anthony Patterson, Pearl Rushworth, who I don't think will keep us in the Champions League. So that leaves me with James Stratford, 25, and he's probably the future England number 1. Or should I go for Dean Henderson, 31 years old, a lot better now, and goalkeepers don't start to go down to like 37, so we should be fine. So for only 10 million, Dean Henderson is coming back to England to be our number 1. I back him. I think we'll be just fine with him in goal, but Diego Costa would have been sweet. So as he's our brand new number 1, I have to do something very unpopular. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out Matthias Tell and try to work towards that next Harry Kane to have him on the bench. You know what? We won't actually swap him out. We'll go ahead and send him out on loan instead for for now and see what we do with him next season. Maybe Javi Simmons is underwhelming. We sell him and move Matthias Tell to the left. And well, there isn't many options. We could turn Tariq George into a number 9, but we know he's better off the left. So that leaves us with Liam Delap, who has that doofus gene, but is the highest potential English striker in the game. Or go for someone young like Muhueca. I think I have an idea. And that idea is that for 30 million, Liam Delap is now joining Tottenham. But also for 50 million, Muhueca will be joining as well. And he'll be going on alone. So if Delap cannot become the next Harry Kane, we have the only other guy that can. If none of these work out, we might be screwed for that challenge. So Matthias Teo has gone to Bournemouth on loan, and Shumaida Muhueca to Aston Villa. And with Liam Delap now on the bench, I think we have the best side possible for the situation we're in. But we must win our first trophy this year, man. Come on, it's been 3 seasons. We are finally in a final, and it's the FA Cup against Fulham. This should be easy, especially because Lucas Bergvall is a top goal scorer here, while Fulham's Ueda is leading for them. Do they still have the likes of Gonzalo Garcia? 12 goals for Kevin, 10 goals for Gonzalo. They have Eli, Junior Krupi, Bob, Iwobi. This team is good. We better win though. Come on, there's no way we lose to Fulham. Only Van Heck is out injured. Please give us our first trophy, and it's a 3-2 win. Savinho, Marmoush, and Amencha give us our first trophy. 16 to go. We finally get on the board, man. And again, back-to-back seasons, we finished in second. Our rivals beating us this time. The good thing is next year we'll be in the Community Shield, so that could be another trophy we win. And we don't win the Carabao Cup, man. I don't think we won any other trophies. If we won the Champions League, though, we're done with this challenge, bro. And in the Champions League, we finished in 3rd place. Round of 16, we beat Inter Milan. Quarterfinals, we beat Barca. Semi-finals, we beat Paris. We're in a UCL final, but it's against United, the team Tottenham beat in a Europa League final a couple years ago. This is insane, as Barcola is the top goal scorer, man. And United's Yuri Tielemans is leading for them. 27 goals for Sesko, 20 and 15 for Tielemans, 16 and 20 for Bruno, 16 and 10 for Mbuemo. Boys, I think they might be the favorite. But come on, we can already win Tottenham's first Champions League. No injury. Come on, give us our first Champions League. And no, it's a 3-0 loss. Sesko with a hat-trick. Are you serious? What a season for Bradley Barcola. 44 goals, 3 assists. He's still yet to be a 100 mil player that wins us a Premier League title. And you know what that means? Barcola and Marmoush have gotten 50 goal contributions. We complete our first challenge. 26 and 1 for Marmoush, 16 and 3 for Savinho. Matthias Teo out alone, 14 goals for him. 12 and 8 for Nemencha, 10 and 20 for Sarr, even 7 goals for Delap. And the squad growth is insane, man. 89 Barcola, he's about to hit a 90. 85 Marmoush, 87 Savinho. Youth, got an injury, went down to -2. Mikey Moore is now better than him. He is finally starting. Nemencha and Sarr, 88. The back line, nobody really improved, I think, other than Gray. Dean Henderson really improved. Liam Delap in 83. While Mohueca went up a disappointing +2 overall. But Mark Powell, 77. Well, season or 2, and he'll be ready to be the next Gareth Bale. But to kick off season 4, there is an unexpected event. Barcola says, "Good day, boss. Omar and I feel like we are too good for this club. I was the best player in the UCL last year, and Marmoush has carried this side in goals for years. We wish to be sold because you're just a stepping stone club." And this is the problem, as Barcola and Marmoush have been transfer listed. We need to win a Premier League so these players can stop treating us as a stepping stone club, as Senesia has also requested a transfer. And Marmoush will be going to Arsenal, our direct rivals. And Barcola again, another player going to Chelsea. This is terrible. And Senesi will be going to Liverpool. So this is the team we are left with, those cells. Matthias Teo is back, went down to an 83 because we moved him to the left wing. I think I'm going to trust the lab and Matthias Teo to start at least one season, see how they do. Mohueca will now be the backup, and I'm actually going to sell Javi Simmons to bring in the replacement for Heung-min Son. And I think our best bet is to bring in Takefusa Kubo. Remember, it could be any Asian country because there's a very small pool in South Korea. So there we go. For 38 million, he is being signed, and we're actually going to move him up to the left. I think he can learn that new position and become the next Heung-min Son. And there we go. Now that we changed him to a left wing, he actually went up a +1, so he will be starting next to the lab. So we got the next Heung-min Son, the next Kane, if it works out, of course, as our next Gareth Bale is still grinding out on loan. However, I'm not done with signings. If we can't win the Premier League this team, we need to upgrade. We're going for a brand new center back. And keep in mind, we lost Barcola, so he can no longer count towards the perfect signing. I might have to spend multiple hundreds this season. And well, Josko Gavardio is still at City. In real life, he still wants to leave, so I think it's possible to get him in, even if we haven't won a Prem. And it's a bit of an overpayment, but I'm going for 100 mil. There we go. So he counts towards the challenge. And he was expensive, but Josko Gavardio will be the brand new center back next to Jean-Paul Van Heck. This is a brilliant sign. With Gavardio on the side, I feel so confident. I don't know. Should we sign 100 million fullback? I don't think there's any other than Hakim and Mendes, and we don't have a Premier League title. But you know what? I'm finally going to go for Diego Costa. He's not worth 100 mil, sadly. So for 50 million. Diego Costa will be a great starter as Dean will back him up. We need to win this Premier League title so I can bring in some more superstars for the 100 mil signings like Goulet or maybe even Nuno Mendes and Hakimi. So there we go. Diego Costa joins the team and it's improved dramatically. And even the likes of Matheus Fernandes has returned. Come on, this has to be a Premier League title win so we can get progress on so many challenges. First, we are in the Community Shield final against Arsenal. But if we could beat the defending champs, we could beat the Premier League champions this year. 3-1 win. Let's go. Grace, Sar, and Dementia as we win our second ever trophy. Let's start winning them all. And the squad looks great at the end of the season. Kubo 86, 85 Delap, but did he score goals? 88 Savinho, 87 Mikey Moore. Kenan Yuri still can't pass him. 90 Dementia, 91 Sar. How did he go that much in overall? 87 Van Heck, 89 Gavardio, 89 Costa. And Mahueca looks great as well. He's gonna give Delap some calm. And the rest of the squad looks amazing. And 25 goals for Delap. That's actually a really good numbers. 23 for Matthias Tell, 21 for Kubo. They're gonna be fighting for that left wing spot. But I think Kubo and Delap are the future Kane and Heung-min Son. But 14 and 9 for Savinho, 12 and 6 for Dementia, 9 and 15 for Sar, 8 and 2 for Kenan. As Mark Powell's an 81. One more season on loan and I think he'll be in the first team. And yes, we have finally done it. We win our first Premier League. Not only do we get our first out of 4, we get another trophy, which is our third, I believe. But we get 2 perfect 100 mil signings. It's Kenan and Gavardio. But we failed to win the FA Cup back-to-back. And we lose in the final of the Carabao. Come on. And in the Champions League, we finished in first place. This is great. Round of 16, we beat Roma. Quarterfinals, we lost to Inter. We should have gone to back-to-back finals. And a lot of our players are in the team of the season. I think we're about to build a dynasty. And now we can sign superstars because we won our first Premier League. But Season 5 kicks off with the unexpected event. And it's Dream Clubs. Dementia says, hey boss, Savinho and I have been poached by our Dream Clubs. We would love to stay at Tottenham, but this was the only scenario we would have left. Genuinely, thank you for everything. I hope Tottenham continue to rise. And it seems like Dementia's dream club is Bayern Munich and Savinho's is Real Madrid. But this is the problem. No one's dream club is Tottenham, so that's why we need to win the Champions League, man. So this is what the squad is looking like after the sales. It still looks good. I'm actually not going to replace Savinho. I want to give Kudus a chance here. However, we won the Premier League. We can bring in superstars. Let me cook. It's time. I've been talking about him the entire time. Goulet, you're joining Tottenham. And for 130 million, the Turkish man is joining our midfield. Another player that if we win the Prem, he'll help us get a perfect signing. And yes, I will be using him at center mid. He's going to be one of the main men, and I'm actually going to be giving him the free kicks. I want to make him feel special here, and he didn't leave Madrid for no reason, even if he's not playing in his preferred attacking mid position. And by the way, because we saw Savinho, Paulo is now in the first team. We moved them up a bit. Hopefully, he can start over Kudus next season, and we can have the front three that could maybe win the Champions League. And well, I want another 100 mil signing, and Gabriel Reed is the only fullback I can find for 100 mil. I don't think it's realistic to go for Hakimi or Nuno Mendes. And it costed 115 million. 85 rated Reed is now gonna be probably competing with Archie Gray and Fresnada. But we need another Prem trophy. So there we go. He's actually joining the bench for now because, dude, Archie Gray is just absolutely phenomenal. And other than that, I think we're fine. I want to give Delap another season. Maybe Mohueca will take him over. Or maybe I have to somehow find another English striker. And this time, Takeover was a top goal scorer. Matthias still not giving up in this battle. Liam Delap 16. Mohueca played more games and has 15 goals. Yo, this rivalry is also going hard. 14 goals for Kudus, 13 and 20 for Mikey Moore. He might just be our best player, man. And Mark Powell's first season is not bad. 3 goals and 1 assist. As Takefusa Kupo is 89 overall. Liam Delap 86, Kudus 86, 88 Mikey Moore, 89 Arda. Let's go. We get our first 290 overalls and Gavardio and Costa. Mohueca 87. He's overtaking Delap. It's his turn to start now. Powell 84. Maybe the season after the next, he'll be the starter. Kenan 87. 87 for our 2 midfielders. Our squad is loaded, man. And yes, we win another Premier League. That is 2 out of 4. 4 out of 5 big signings. 1 more left to go. But we win another Community Shield. We failed to win the FA Cup. And we win our first Carabao Cup. So we now have a total of 6 out of 17 trophies. But can it all end right now? Tottenham go undefeated in the groups. Round of 16, we beat Man City. Quarterfinals, we beat Barcelona Pens. And in the semis, we beat Arsenal. But no, face United again. They scored us last time. And this time, Yusuf Chermetri is the top goal scorer for Rangers. But you have to scroll down to find Tottenham's Matthias Tell for us. And Man United's Benjamin Sesko. He scored a hat-trick against us last time. And he is the top goal scorer alongside Bruno. 14 and 2 for Andres Santos. 9 and 7 for Rodrigo. Yo, their stats don't look impressive. Surely we do not get schooled once again. Please, Tottenham, win your first ever Champions League. It's a 3-0 loss again. Are you serious? Fruk and Buemo and Santos, our team is so much better than them. How can we not score? We may have not won our first UCL, but our stats are looking pretty good. But we are so close, man. And now in season number 6, we get our unexpected event, and it's captain's news. Hello, Gaffer. I have some bad news. Some players at the club have expressed their frustration on bottling the UCL twice now, and they have said if we do not win it this year, they will leave the club. But I got your back. I am here until the very end. And boys, that is terrible news. We have a lot of talented players. We can lose anybody. The next Hurricane, the next Bell, Mikey Moore, Arda Guler, Diego Costa. We have to win the Champions League this year. I only want to make one improvement, and it's a world-class left back. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Luka Vuskovic, and he's going to be another 100 mil signing. So there we go. Vuskovic is returning to Tottenham, and he could be our final 100 mil signing to win the Premier League and maybe help us win the Champions League. And with the addition of Vuskovic, means Gavardia will now move to the left-hand side. I know he hates it, but we need this if we want to win the Champions League. No other improvements other than the fact I'm gonna risk it. Maybe Kudus isn't good enough, and we need the next Gareth Bale to link up with the next Kane and Heung-min Son to win us that Champions League trophy. If not, somebody or multiple people will be leaving the side. And look at this, boys. 21 goals from Mohueca, 21 for Kubo, and 18 and 3 for Powell. The new front three is cooking. But remember, to achieve the challenge, they must win the Champions League together. Papi Mateus Sarr, 16 and 12, 13 and 5 for Kudus, 10 and 20 for Arda, 8 and 12 for Morris, 7 and 12 for Archie Gray. 91 rated Takefusa Kubo, 88 Mohueca, 89 Powell, 89 Mikey Moore, 91 Guler, 92 Sarr. Our team is incredible. No way we didn't win the Champions League. And it's a third Premier League title, 3 out of 4, which means we have also completed our 500 million perfect signings. We win another Community Shield, we failed to win the FA Cup, and we win the Carabao again, which means we now have 9 trophies. But did we win the Champions League? Well, we finished in first place again with Bologna in second. And we smashed Porto in the round of 16. Quarterfinals, we beat Dortmund. And in the semis, we lost PSG. No, we're losing some players. Who though? And this is terrible. Diego Costa, Josko Gavardia, and Arda Guler, we just signed them, man, are the ones that want to leave the side. But as well as Anton and Kinski and Kudus because of game time. So Kinski will be going to Napoli, while Kudus is also going to the Serie A. Diego Costa's going to Madrid. Gavardia's going to Chelsea, another player to Chelsea. And finally, Arda will be going to City. So this is what our squad looks like. I mean, it's still strong, but it's weaker than it was last season. We definitely need to upgrade that goalkeeper spot. Dean Henderson, 85, 35, he's only going to go down. Udogi, I think there might be a better left back out there. And Mateus Fernandes as well. I think we could get like a Vitinha or a Neves at this point. But before that, it's time for the unexpected event. And it's Bottle Job. Hello, Mr. Salinas. Again, as always, your job has been sensational, and we would not be here without you. However, we are upset that we are yet to win the Champions League. We believe we have invested a lot of money in you, so no signings this season. This squad is good enough to prove to us. And boys, I cannot improve this team when it comes to signings. This is not good. Mainly because of Dean Henderson. We signed him years ago. He's on his way down. Is he good enough to win us the Champions League? When it comes to the left back position, I actually want to move Reed to the left because he's a little bit better than Udogi. But if Dean Henderson gets injured, we have no one to replace him. This was the worst time to give me a transfer ban. But come on, win us the Champions League, boys. And yes, we win our 4th and final Premier League title. That's another challenge completed. We win another Community Shield. We win our first FA Cup in years. But we failed to win the Carabao. And that now gives us a total of 12 trophies. 5 more left to go. Unless, of course, we win the Champions League as we finish in first. Forest, they're in second. What? Round of 16, we smashed Celtic. Quarterfinals, we smashed Roma. And in the semis, we beat Madrid. We're in a UCL final against Chelsea, our rivals. And they've also stolen a lot of our players. So this is personal to me. And the top goal scorer is Barcola. Remember when he scored 16 goals for us? As they also have Gavardia with 7. They also stole them from us. Where is Tottenham? Takefusa Kubo and Mohueca share the goals. And they have the likes of Sapphire in his prime, Enzo Fernandez, Bradley Barcola, Gavardia, Caicedo, Pedro, Rogers. Oh my days, this team is looking incredibly dangerous. Even Savinho. But we have the new age Bale, Kane, and Son. 24 and 2 for Kubo. Powell, 17 and 6. Mohueca, 17 and 2. Notice how nobody had a super season. They just share the goals. The Lap is doing a great job as a backup. 15 and 7 for Gray, 14 and 27 for Sarr, and 12 and 4 for Mikey Moore. And unfortunately, Moore will miss out due to an injury. Yotis is coming in. Fernandez due to a suspension. suspension. Bergvall will be coming in. And a 92 Van Heck. We're 81 minutes. We're gonna lose this game. I don't have a center back. Well, this squad just looks incredible, man. This is a UCL winning squad if these guys were available. But will the challenge end, or will we have to go another season? Come on, we have to get paid back on Chelsea. And yes, it's a 3-0 win. Delap with a goal and Song with a double. We complete the Champions League and the new trio. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click on this video right here as we made Tottenham the world's best.